Well, I guess there's two reasons why I thought it would be more interesting to have the girls' chorus join us. There's been a long tradition of boys' choruses throughout history. The Viennese boy chorus has been, around for decades upon decades upon decades upon decades, and girls' choruses don't have the same repertoire, and they don't have often the same opportunities. For instance, we did Chichester Psalms, and Bernstein specified a boy chorus. Very specific reasons, because he wanted to be, I believe, David singing the Psalms as a child. But regardless, there's not as many opportunities there are for a girls' choruses to sing, and so that's one obvious reason we wanted to provide the opportunity. But second of all, I think that. Our relationship with the girls' chorus, my relationship with the girls' chorus, has grown over the years, and we've had several different opportunities to work with them and experience their craft and their precision. And I think that, again, being part of an organization and performing with an organization that you've worked with before and having a connection to them makes it even more meaningful. And so Ann Hagee, who's the director of the Level 4 chorus, will be conducting during the concerts. She will be in the back of the hall with approximately 50 of the Level 4 girls' chorus singers, and there's going to be an organist back there too. And so they will be the angelic voices that sing Latin from afar.
And maybe if you can just talk a little bit about our soloists too. I mean, each of the soloists and, how you see them fitting in with this and the inspiration for going with that group.
So Britten was very careful and specific about the functions of the soloists. And in the work, there are two orchestras. The chorus only sings with the full orchestra, and the soprano only sings in Latin and only sings with the larger ensemble. The large chorus, the large orchestra, and the soprano. The chamber orchestra, which is only made up of single winds, single strings, one harp, percussion, will perform with the tenor and baritone, and they perform in English the works of Wilfred Owen. And so it's a very strict division of roles, because the soprano and the large chorus and large orchestra create an enveloping experience where they create this sometimes bombastic, sometimes full and rich sounds. And then you have a much more personal and intimate role of the tenor and the baritone. And we wanted to find people that were very charismatic and could color their words and the way they sing that would fit with the poetry. And so, for instance, Brian Thorsett, who is our tenor, has been known throughout the Bay Area. He actually lives on the East Coast now, but he is known for the way that he can personalize and bring to life the words of which he's speaking. And so it's that sort of voice that we wanted for the War Requiem, because the poetry is so important. And then Carrie Hennessy was a very large voice, very full voice, to join along with the chorus and have the fullness of her contributions join the larger ensemble. I think it's a matter of figuring out what type of voices and how they'd be best suited. And so I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of parts to this. And the chorus, the soloists, two orchestras, children's chorus, it's a lot of performing forces together, and I think it's going to be wonderful putting it together.
Maybe mention our baritone as well, who was a lady.
What's his name?
Ephraim Solis.
Ephraim Solis.
Ephraim
Okay.
Solis. Yeah, I've got to tell you, my friends who are Leon Bonner fans,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, and I said, but well, we've got, and they were like, oh! Going to have a lot of people really excited about that.
And our baritone soloist is somebody that's new to me, Ephraim Solis, who just finished the Adler program and has already been making waves in the Bay Area. And when we had another baritone lined up, but unfortunately actually retired to change directions professionally, a wonderful baritone, I started soliciting recommendations from a lot of other people. And Ephraim's name came up multiple times. And relatively late in the game, a couple months ago, when we asked him if he'd be interested, he immediately said yes and said that it was one of his dream pieces. And so I'm very much looking forward to working with him and, of course, hearing directly all the wonderful things that have been said about him.